Hey everyone, welcome back to the Happy and Confused podcast. I've missed you. It's been a minute. But today we have a very special guest, Miss Clara Jameson. Today we're talking about sports. And as a multi-star athlete myself, I'm sporting the hoodie because naturally I'm on every sport at school. I have tons to say on this topic, but why don't we get started with introducing ourselves? Would you like to say anything?
Thank you for having me on the podcast.
Of course.
I'm very excited to be here.
What's your name? Your name's Clara?
I'm Clara, and I play for the University of Regina women's soccer team.
Wow. I mean, she's kind of athletic. I would say that I do a bit.
Show your hoodie.
Yeah, I do a bit more.
Yeah.
This is my hoodie that I spent $45 on. We're on the same team. What do you love most about being a student athlete?
Honestly, there are so many different things. I'd have to start with saying I love just having the opportunity to do my favorite sport at the next level, push myself, push my skills. Soccer's taught me so many lessons. I love my teammates and coaches so much. Just formed such good connections with a lot of my teammates, and that's been really fun. Soccer is just my escape from everything. I know I can just go do some wall ball for 20 minutes or go kick around the ball whenever I need. And just having this team and having the environment where I can do that is just so much fun.
Sometimes we'll be like, oh, I'm sick, but I'm still going to go to training. And I'm like, Clara.
I've never done that.
Don't.
I've never done that.
Stop it. How do you find balance when it comes to doing your sport, obviously, and you dedicate a lot of your life to your sport, but then also academics and your health and all that kind of stuff?
I'll be honest, I don't balance it. This is just definitely an area I've struggled with. When I really get into my training and everything, especially last off season, so that was from January to April, I barely did any school. That just went on the back burner. Trying to do better with that and just trying to keep everything balanced. But we're in season right now, which means we're super busy, 2 games every weekend, and whether you're playing or not playing, you're still very busy with roles and responsibilities. So definitely need to get back on my academic grind. But I would say one thing I definitely struggle with is having my social life stay good while I'm very focused on soccer. Taking the time to reach out to people, not always waiting for them to reach out to me.
Right.
So yeah, I have a habit of just kind of getting in my head and just really staying to myself. So I've been finding that a better balance once I started actually reaching out to people.
Right.
That's definitely a struggle, and it just kind of changes depending on what part of the year we're in.
Right. Yeah.
So right now in season, pretty much all my focus is on soccer. But I know once season's done, training gets lighter November, December, and I know that's where I can really focus in on schoolwork, and that's where I can really focus in on just hanging out with people and connecting with my family more and stuff like that.
Right, because I guess in season is probably much different from off season.
It just means that all my weekends are filled up, right? Off season sometimes a little bit easier. Our postseason, so November, December, will be a lot lighter. In season is just completely focused on soccer.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense.
You would know.
I would know, right, of course. What do you find most difficult, I guess, or hard to manage? You've had a full year to kind of learn and process what works and what doesn't.
One thing as a student athlete is you're just trying to do everything. When you look kind of beneath the surface, it's just so much more than that. It's games, it's training, it's the lifts, it's making sure you're doing recovery, watching film, analyzing film, nutrition. We often get assignments for soccer, just extra on top of our schoolwork. We have more assignments to do, right? You're trying to be good at everything all the time. That can be really frustrating.
Yeah.
That can be really hard to manage. You want to be the best at everything, and you're not going to be, right? So I find that part really hard, just because after training, I'm so tired, I don't want to do recovery, right?
Right, yeah.
So it's taking those extra steps to do that, and then I'm really tired, and then I forget about hydration, and I forget about nutrition, and then I think that mental energy is the hardest part.
Yeah. Even being in theater, a lot of prep goes into just these 3 performances, and you're constantly reviewing choreo videos and making sure you're stretching and warming up and all that stuff. And I definitely did think even in professional sport, it's just you go, you play the game, and you're done. So
you just call it a day.
There's a lot of, and even just talking to you sometimes, just like off podcast, I realize how much like similar prep and all that like kind of stuff can be. So that's super cool.
Sometimes we have training at 4:15, right? So I'm in the locker room at like between 3:15 and 3:30,
right?
Which means what am I eating, right? Do I want to have a bigger meal 3 hours before, a lighter meal 2 hours before? What do I want to have an hour before, right? How early do I want to get out on the field?
It's like a whole day thing.
It's just all day prep.
Yeah.
You know? I can't just be like, oh, it's almost 4. Like,
it's time to go train.
If you're like doing really well at one thing, usually something else drops. It's really hard to have everything working all the time.
You are not from here, right?
No.
So I'm asking. This is how I have to transition into, you're not from here, right?
I'm not.
This is the first time I'm hearing of this. So what was it like to move away from home, and how do you feel now that you're in your second year in comparison to your first year?
I'm from a place called the Comox Valley, and it's a small town on Vancouver Island. And yeah, moving here was a big decision. But it wasn't necessarily a hard one. I visited for a camp and I was like, I love this place so much. And the 2 days I was here, it was literally so smoky. The air was not pleasant. We had to train indoors. But I was like, this is where I'm meant to be. So yeah, I think it was really hard leaving my parents for sure. I miss them so much. Leaving my family, and then I'd say one of the harder parts about it is like knowing your family's doing stuff and like you're not there.
Yeah.
Literally today my family's having Thanksgiving dinner with my grandma, and I'm not there, which is like, it's sad, but it's also like I'm over here doing something that I really want to do. So like that's a big part of sacrifice. Leaving my home club, like the soccer club back home, was really, really hard. I think it was a lot harder than I thought it'd be, because I ended up getting very involved in the club.
Right.
And I did so much coaching. Leaving them was really, really hard. You know, what's interesting and what I've noticed between my first and second year was, first year I was kind of like thinking about all the things that I was missing. And then second year, I'm thinking about all the things that I've gained. Right. So now, I really miss the community aspect of home, but I've really found a new community aspect here, and I've had so many opportunities to coach. I did some summer camps, which was really good. So yeah, there's just so much community. Our coach, she's very involved in like the soccer community and stuff, and she just puts on so many camps and so many classes. It's very different from being back home, just the environment in general, but yeah, I really love it here, so it's been good.
Okay, what else do we have? Oh, we're professional here. How do you deal with the mental and physical toll that comes with being at such a high level of sport? It's really not a recreational thing at this point.
I honestly, I love my sport with literally everything in me, but of course, it's bound to take a toll. If you're missing something, or you can't bring your best, then you're not just letting yourself down, you're letting your teammates down because you're not pushing them as well as pushing yourself. I would say honestly the mental toll is harder than the physical toll, because you're always going to be tired, but you always recover, right? When you're sore from lift or you're sore from training, you recover, and eventually you just get used to being sore, and then you forget what not being sore is like. The mental toll can be really hard, because what happens when you're not doing well in games, or you're not playing in games, or training isn't going well, and just you're underperforming, and then how do you come back from that? I don't know, I'm still learning that piece. Still learning that, but I always just tell myself to just put my best foot forward, and just whatever I can give. We have kind of a saying that I hear lots in our locker room and on our team, which is if you have 35% and you give that 35%, you're given 100 of what you have that day. So I'm always just asking myself, what do I have today, versus being I can't do it. Got to be careful about burnout. I'm sure you've probably experienced this when doing a big show or anything.
Especially when you're so committed to your sport or your show or whatever it is, you can get lost in that very, very easily. And I think it's easy to sacrifice your health, your sleep, all the things, because you're putting your 100% into that one thing. You don't realize you're in it until you're in it, and you're like, oh,
And you're sleep is the first to go when you talk about what you can sacrifice. Which is not a good thing at all, because that's one of the main pillars of recovery, right? We also have mental health days in off season.
Okay.
So you can literally, like, your day is really heavy academically, or you just need a break and go see your family. You just text the coach and you say, I'm taking a mental health day.
Yeah.
So, like, that's, there are supports in place, which is really good. We also have a sports psychologist we can talk to, so we get a couple sessions with her.
Full circle. This is about psychology.
Kind of learned when to recognize burnout.
Right.
And then how can I level off a bit before I actually get in the thick of it, because in high school it was like, just drive through it until you're not burnt out anymore, which is don't do that.
No.
Not the right idea.
No, yeah, I think self-awareness is the first step to that. Do I have a question for that?
You do.
So I remember.
We're trying.
I'm trying. It's late.
It's 9 p.m.
This is the latest I've ever filmed a podcast in my life, and it's showing.
Our next game is next week. This coming week.
Self-promo, October 17th. Come on out.
Come watch our
Come
game.
watch the game.
Our game's the 17th, 7 p.m.
Be there.
U of R turf field.
Heck
That's
yeah.
the only reason
Look
I'm
at
on
us.
the podcast.
Yeah, only reason
just
to advertise.
I always say, like, you're just getting out what you put in, right? So, for example, if you go to the minimum amount of trainings per week,
that's what you're getting out of it.
Exactly.
It's that cliche thing where it's like you're only cheating yourself, and it's like,
exactly.
Truly.
I love playing
awesome.
for this team.
Me too. I love playing for the U of R Cougars.
Yep, she's our star player.
Don't quote me on that. Don't ask anybody if I'm on the team. Just kidding.
Striker.
Star striker. Yep. What's a striker? I'm asking for them because I know what a striker is. But I'm just for the audience at home.
For the audience
at home, because I know what a striker is, obviously. But
yeah.
for the audience at home, what's a striker?
So, it's the center forward.
We're getting so off topic.
Yeah. So a lot of teams will play with 3 players up top, right?
Of
so
course.
You've got your winger, and then this is your striker, and that's the player highest up the field. So that's like, the one who scores.
Of course,
goals,
right. The one who scores all the goals, that's me. It's me. I'm the striker. I think
we didn't even talk about French class.
Oh my gosh, right. We're in the same French class. We cause mayhem everywhere we go.
Every day.
Our teacher loves us very much.
Our lab instructor hates us.
Our lab instructor hates us, but our prof loves us.
Just kind of the favorites around here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
In our sport, in our academics, just all the things.
Yep.
We're just so great.
We're just perfect. That's what this podcast is about.
That's what this
Being
podcast is
perfect.
about. Thank you so much for listening tuning in to the last episode. This most recent episode of the Happy and Confused podcast. Always reach out. Thank you so much for listening.